I was walking into court, divorce papers in my hand, ready to leave my cheating husband forever, when the woman who destroyed my marriage stood right in front of me. She looked me in the eyes, placed a folder in my hands, and said, "Sign this. It's worth $120 million. And in that moment, everything I thought I knew about betrayal changed forever. My name is Emily Carter. I'm 34 years old. And before you judge anyone in this story, I want you to understand one thing. This is not just a cheating story. This is a story about truth, power, and how the person you hate the most can become the reason your life changes forever. If you enjoy realistic, emotional stories with shocking twists, make sure you watch until the end. For 12 years, I believed I had the perfect marriage. My husband, Daniel Carter, was successful, charming, respected. People used to say we were a power couple. A beautiful home, luxury cars, vacations that looked perfect on Instagram. But what nobody tells you is that the best lies are always dressed as perfect lives. It started slowly. Daniel began coming home late. His phone was always face down, notifications muted, and whenever I asked questions, he smiled and said, "Emily, you're overthinking." And because I loved him, I believed him. Until one night, I wasn't snooping. I wasn't suspicious. I just opened his laptop. That's when I saw the email. "I miss you already, Red Heart. L." My chest tightened. My hands went cold. I told myself it meant nothing. But deep down, I already knew. The next day, I followed him. Not to his office, not to a meeting, but to a luxury hotel downtown. And then I saw her. Confident, elegant, walking straight toward my husband. He smiled. Not the smile he gave me anymore. He took her hand and walked inside. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I just sat there, watching my marriage disappear through a glass door. That was the moment I knew it was over. That night, I didn't confront him. I stayed quiet, as silence is where real decisions are made. Within a week, I contacted a lawyer, prepared the divorce papers. I decided I would leave with dignity. No drama, no revenge. But life had other plans, because the woman I saw that day, the mistress, was about to walk back into my life, and not as my enemy. I was heading to court, ready to end my marriage, when someone stopped me at the entrance. And when I looked up, it was her. I was standing at the courthouse entrance, when someone called my name. Not my lawyer, not my husband, her. The woman I had seen walking into that hotel, with my husband's hand in hers. I turned slowly. She stood there alone. No confidence, no smile, just tired eyes, and a face that looked broken. She said my name again. "Emily, please. I just need 5 minutes." Every part of me wanted to walk away, to pretend she didn't exist. But something in her voice stopped me. I followed her inside a quiet cafe, across the street from the courthouse. We sat down. The silence between us was heavy. Finally, she spoke. "My name is Lauren." I didn't respond. She took a deep breath and said the last thing I expected. "I didn't know he was married." I laughed. A cold, empty laugh. "You went to my house," I said. "You saw our photos." Her hand started shaking. "He told me you were his ex," she said. "That the divorce was already done." I wanted to hate her. But the truth was, she looked just as betrayed as I felt. Lauren opened her purse and pulled out her phone. She slid it across the table. Messages, voicemails, photos, all of them told the same story. Daniel had been lying to both of us for years. "He proposed to me," she whispered. "Said we'd move to New York. Start over." That's when it hit me. This wasn't an affair. This was a double life. Lauren wiped her tears and looked straight at me. "I found out last week," she said, "when I hired a private investigator." I froze. "You hired a PI?" She nodded. "Because something didn't feel right." She leaned forward. "And what I found," she paused, "changes everything." She pulled out a folder. Thick, official, legal. "This isn't just about cheating," she said. "Daniel has been stealing, moving money, Using both of us. My heart started racing. How much? I asked. Lauren swallowed. Hundreds of millions. She opened the folder. Just enough for me to see. Bank records. Shell companies. Fake accounts. Names I didn't recognize. And then, one number stood out. $120 million. That money, she said, was meant to disappear. I looked up at her. So why are you showing me this? She met my eyes. Because I don't want revenge, she said. I want justice. Lauren slid the folder toward me. Inside is a contract, she said. One signature from you. And Daniel loses everything. I stared at it. What's in it for you? I asked. She answered without hesitation. I walk away clean. You walk away powerful. Outside, the courthouse doors opened. My lawyer was calling my phone. And on the table in front of me was a contract worth $120 million. My hands were shaking as I reached for the folder, because once I signed it, there was no turning back. My fingers hovered over the folder. One signature. That's all it would take. One signature. And my marriage wouldn't just end, it would collapse. I looked at Lauren. Before I sign anything, I said, I need the truth. All of it. She nodded. And that's when she told me who she really was. Lauren wasn't just a woman who fell in love with the wrong man. She was a venture partner, a woman who had invested millions into Daniel's projects. Projects that didn't exist. Shell companies, fake startups, money laundering disguised as innovation. Daniel wasn't just cheating. He was committing financial fraud on a massive scale. He used my name, she said. My accounts.my trust. Her voice cracked. And when I realized it, he threatened me. I felt my stomach drop. Threatened you how? She lowered her voice. He said if I exposed him, I'd lose everything. That's when I understood something terrifying. Daniel didn't see love. He saw assets. Lauren opened the contract and placed it flat on the table. This document, she said, transfers control of his offshore accounts to you. I blinked. Why me? Because you're his legal wife, she said. And because he never suspected you. The contract was airtight. Once signed, the money would legally freeze. Under my name, Daniel wouldn't be able to move a dollar. Not without exposing himself. This money, Lauren said, was meant to vanish. If we don't act now, it will. My heart was pounding. Signing meant power. But it also meant danger. I thought about the hotel. The lies. The way he smiled. Like nothing was wrong. And I realized something. Daniel had already declared war. He just didn't know it yet. Picked up the pen. And signed. Lauren let out a breath. Like she'd been holding it for years. It's done, she whispered. At that exact moment, my phone rang. Daniel. I didn't answer. Because 5 minutes later, his accounts were frozen. All of them. That night, Daniel came home early. And for the first time he was scared. Daniel came home that night. Hours earlier than usual. I heard the front door slam. Not gently, not calmly. Angry. I was sitting in the living room, lights off, phone in my hand. Waiting. He didn't even say my name. Emily, he said finally. His voice shaking. What did you do? I looked up at him. Calm, silent. My accounts are frozen, he said. All of them. I stood slowly. You should call your lawyer, I replied. Not me. His face went pale. You think this is a game? He snapped. Do you have any idea who you're messing with? And there it was. Not fear, threat. For the first time in 12 years, I saw the real Daniel. No charm, no love. Just panic wrapped in anger. He stepped closer. You had no right, he said. That money isn't yours. I met his eyes. Neither was my life, I said. But you took that too. His phone rang. He answered. And then silence. I watched his shoulders drop. His confidence disappear. Who was that? I asked. He swallowed. My bank, he said. They're cooperating with federal investigators. That's when I felt it. Not fear, relief. Daniel sank onto the couch. They're saying fraud, he muttered. money laundering, multiple jurisdictions. He laughed out a broken laugh. This wasn't supposed to happen. You did this, I said quietly. You built this. Another knocked at the door. Loud. Authoritative. Daniel froze that I didn't move that I opened the door. 2 federal agents stood there. Emily Carter? One asked. Yes, I replied. We'd like to ask your husband a few questions. Daniel stood behind me silent. Small. As they escorted him out, he turned back once. Not angry, not threatening, begging. And I realized something in that moment. The man who destroyed my marriage had just destroyed himself. But what Daniel didn't know was that the biggest surprise was still coming. The courtroom was silent. Not the calm kind of silence, but the kind that presses on your chest. Daniel sat at the defense table. No expensive suit, no confidence. Just a man finally facing his own lies. The prosecutor stood. They didn't start with emotion. They started with numbers, accounts, transactions, shell companies, and then they said it. $120 million. The room shifted. People whispered. Daniel's head dropped. I felt every eye turn toward me. The judge asked calmly, Mrs. Carter, can you confirm your involvement? I stood at him. My hands were steady. Yes, Your Honor, I said. I cooperated fully. They played the recordings. Daniel promising Lauren a future. Daniel lying to me. Daniel threatening silence. Each word another nail. Lauren took the stand next. She didn't cry. She didn't explain herself. She simply told the truth. And for the first time, I saw her not as the mistress, but as another survivor. The judge leaned forward. Mr. Carter, he said, you will remain in federal custody, pending sentencing. The gavel hit, and just like that it was over. Outside the courthouse, cameras flashed. Someone shouted, Emily, how does it feel to win? I stopped. Looked straight at them. This isn't about winning, I said. It's about ending a lie. Weeks later, the divorce was finalized. The assets were divided, and the $120 million legally transferred. I moved into a new home. Not bigger, just quieter, peaceful. I started something new. A foundation. Helping women who are trapped in silence. Because I learned something important. Power doesn't come from revenge, it comes from truth. If you're watching this, and you feel betrayed, broken, or powerless, remember this. Someone else's lies do not define your future. The truth always finds a way out. If this story moved you, if it made you think, backhand index pointing right, like the video. Backhand index pointing right, subscribe for more real style stories. Backhand index pointing right, comment. Truth always wins. Because sometimes, the ending is just the beginning.